Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us to the Gamer Guardians podcast. I'm your host, Danny Martinez, the Drunken Guardian. This is episode 82 of the podcast, and today we got our usual guys, Boneless Bones, Kevin.
What's going on, guys? Boneless Bones.
Randy, he stepped away right now. The Ragnarok, he's getting himself some liquid courage. And you got Danny, the Sober Guardian, the one that don't drink.
Nope. Water.
Water.
Wow. Wow.
So again, this
The
is
one that
80
drinks on occasion.
on occasion. Yeah. Oh, you got him to drink when he visited you in New York, so that was
Yeah, I got him
nice,
2
right?
girly drinks.
Yeah. What did
And
you
he
get
liked
him?
them,
What did
so
he
that's
get?
what counts. So he got a mezcal-based drink, the Vesubio. It's mezcal, grapefruit,
Ugh.
lemon juice, raspberry syrup, and I feel like I'm missing something else. I know it's a grapefruit discard, but it's
You-
really good. It's super, super nice.
You like the mezcal, Danny?
Yeah, that's good. That was
He actually did enjoy it.
fire.
I had a
Uh-huh.
Yu-Gi-Oh question when you
And
said
then
discard.
nice. And then also he had a very, very floral gin tonic. So it's Boatyard gin. Oh, sorry, not Boatyard. We use Malfi Rosa, which is Italian grapefruit gin.
Uh-huh.
Elderflower tonic. It's
Oh
really fucking
yeah.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
really
it's
floral.
really
Yeah.
good. We also put lemon juice into it, just like a little bit, a teaspoon, and we spray it with this thing called so what was it? Something of Miele di Fiore. So it's basically just like a little flower essence kind of
Mhm.
thing, and
Yeah.
it's also garnished with edible flowers.
Oh, that's cool. That's fancy.
Very
Yes,
pretty.
That's New York for you.
that's fucking Chelsea market.
I got a cup of mezcal. That's it.
I got a beer.
What you got,
Oh,
Kevin?
yeah.
And I also, as I met his wife, I got her IPA.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's the
Oh.
beer drinker. Kevin, what'd you get?
I got a Smirnoff.
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff. Bro, you gotta get the fucking blue one. That one, oof.
Yeah, right.
Does it make me go
Cheers
fast?
to Huertas. He's joining us in chat too.
Huertas.
So today we don't have again a lot of news coming out, but we do have some snippets of things to talk about, and especially if you guys notice, the main topic today is: do we still need weapon durability in video games? We'll talk about that towards the end of the podcast. But first, just get out of the way some of the little things we got going on. Game Informer has an article on their website that's out based on an interview from VentureBeat. They talked about Housemarque, the developers of Returnal. They are working on a new IP. They're working on a new game, and there's not much information about it. I'm excited about it, so I thought it was kind of worth talking about because Returnal was fucking awesome, even though I never beat the game. They didn't talk much about the what the IP is going to be, what it's going to be like, or anything. All they've said was, let's see here, managing director Ilari Kuitinen. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. They're working on a new IP. It's they gave a mention that Nex Machina, a shoot 'em up game in the style of the coin ops from the 80s, might be a clue to what they're working on. So I guess they're doing that. I guess they're doing a retro-ish style, but more modern version. I mean, in a sense, Returnal is kind of like a coin op bullet hell type shooter game, if you want to look at it that way. It's just more modernized. So they're working on that. And just a couple days ago, they actually released a new trailer for their update that Returnal is going to have. So Returnal is going to have a bunch of new updates, new weapons and stuff, new enemies, and they're actually adding co-op into the game. So that was another thing that was worth mentioning that they posted out a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys really have any say on or thoughts on this because I don't know if you guys ever played Returnal. I
Yeah,
know.
so-
Sorry, I know. Kevin and Randy couldn't. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I think it's a fun rehash for the game to bring some people back and some people who are like,
Yeah, I'd play it again.
yeah, I would play it again with the co-op definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds kind of fun. It's more interesting than not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mean, they're super unique with their stuff. So this was a Returnal was a really interesting take when it first came out, and I want to go back to it. It was just so damn hard. So it's like, I think I kind of do the same thing with Dark Souls games and Demon Souls and Sekiro and all that stuff. Is that I tend to play hardcore for a while and then I'll stop for like a
Mm.
few months because it's just too much stress. I don't know if like Randy or Kevin, you kind of feel that way when you play those like ultra hard games. You have to like take a break for a couple months and you go back to it.
Um, y- yeah, I didn't feel that way with Sekiro though. That one, that one I kind of just like went into, and even though I got frustrated, I just like went to a different area and like dicked
Grind it.
around there for a bit. No,
Mm.
it wasn't necessarily like grinding just to grind, but it would be also like if I knew where I fucked up, I'd be like, let me fight something weaker with the thing that I need to improve on, and then go back to what the fuck I need to face.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it took me, what was it, facing the fucking that secret demon boss.
Oh,
It was what, like fucking 4 hours of me just throwing myself against that wall. 4 hours and a lot of beer. Just I was getting so fucking frustrated because then I would end up like taking shots in between too because I'm just like I need to like get to the point where I just don't think and it's all instinct.
Mm.
Just
oh.
you hear like the trumpets start playing and shit.
Yeah, of course. If you're not playing that
But
close,
yeah,
I'm not even playing.
Dark Souls, that's the one that I definitely like I take breaks for, and it's like months at a time. I'll
Yeah.
play that hardcore for like 2 weeks, I think, and then I
Mm.
just like don't for the next 8 months, and I go back 2 weeks later.
Mm.
So yeah, I
It's
mean, I hear that Elden Ring's pretty good, so I
Oh, we'll be
might get it
talking
at
about that
some
some more
point.
today.
Yeah, I don't care for spoilers really, so just
oh,
like
Okay.
no.
just by all
Actually,
fucking
you
means,
know what?
just enjoy.
Actually, I mean, number one, I actually should mention that right now. Like at this point, it's been over a week, more than a week that Elden
Mhm.
Ring's come out, and that there is a ton of information out there that people have probably already run into. Like I can't go through TikTok without running through 20 videos of something with Elden Ring. So there's
Mhm.
spoilers everywhere. So I should mention that towards the end when we talk about weapon durability and stuff like that, I do want to talk about Elden Ring for a little bit. You know, it kind of relates to it and involves into it. So there will be spoilers with some
Yeah.
stuff. So if you guys don't want anything spoiled, which is you know, it's up to you. So we'll see how that goes. But Kevin, I wanted to hear your thoughts on like taking breaks and stuff.
I don't. When it comes to especially Souls games, I usually beat them and then I just stop playing the game till like DLC or something drops for it.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I don't get. For some reason, those are the only games that I can get the most frustrated, and then I just keep playing for hours. So me like playing Dark Souls 3, I beat the game in maybe like not 18 hours, like maybe like 30 hours. And then the next time I beat it in like 10 hours, which I was like, I wasn't trying to speed run it. It was just like, I wanted to see how strong I got in New Game Plus One. Cause I know it gets more difficult the more new games you continue with. And I beat it twice and I was like, nice. Never playing this shit again. And then all the DLC
Mhm.
came out for it and I was like, fuck that.
Fuck.
Once I saw that, like the arrow city, that they like the moment you step on scene, they just smoke you. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good
Yeah.
on that, Chief. Keep that shit away from me. But yeah, with those games, I relatively just beat the game and then I drop it like after a while. Like I would beat it twice to just be sure, but that's as far as I go,
Hmm.
honestly.
Danny, did we hear from you?
A lot of the Dark Souls games, I think I I think I've never been a full Dark Souls game.
Oh, really?
No, I've
Hmm.
gotten to the point where I'm so overpowered that it's no fun anymore.
Mm.
And a
Like
lot of
right
them,
now, like right now.
no, I'm not there yet. It's still that's the thing I like about Elden Ring versus the other Dark Souls. The other Dark Souls, you can level up to like level 120, whatever it is, get the best spell, and just start raking through all the bosses, no problem. In this, even though I can technically one shot the boss, I can't fucking hit the goddamn boss because they're like super agile or so big or the mechanics is just different. Like I'm fighting a
Mhm.
fire giant now, like I can't even fucking get up to this fucking giant. He just wrecked me, you
Mm.
know. And like because he's a giant, it looks a lot farther than he actually is when you get up to him. So like I'm missing him with everything. It's just
Mm.
like interesting mechanics like that.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Let's don't get too much into the game yet.
No, I'm just saying that. So I usually um lose the attention because I'm like, "Oh, I can beat the game anytime. And I have a bad habit with, and I talked about this before, with most games that once I feel like I can beat the game, I stop playing. Or if I'm at the end of the game and I don't really care about the storyline that much, then I'll probably
Mm-hmm.
just stop playing. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of Dark Souls are like that.
I definitely can agree with that. For me, it was like with Dark Souls I didn't care about the story. It was more so the getting to the point that you feel powerful and then you stop playing, because what that is like, the game never feels like it ends afterwards. Like if you're literally on a power trip,
Yeah.
you get bored very, very fast. Once you find something that's like it works for a long time.
And all
And
the Dark Souls games, for me anyway, were really
yeah,
easy to find a grind and just grind
yeah.
to the max level quickly. And I feel like this Elden Ring was a little bit more of a challenge. Took me a little farther of
Hmm.
actually figuring things out. And because it's not just about getting to level, you can beat level 300, doesn't matter. You have to be able to upgrade your stuff so they do actual damage and
Hmm.
get good weapons and things like that. And so it's just again, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe more fun than I would on a regular Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yo,
I just want to bring it back to Returnal, like just finish up on that. Yeah, like so Returnal was the same concept as I got tired of it. So maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe hopefully Dan will get back to it. We can play co-op together at some point. Something to pass the
Yeah.
time. Kevin, you're the one who sent me this thing, so I know you wanted to talk about it some more.
I wanted to.
So
Can I talk about something real quick
what
before
happened?
we start? Since I want to commend your shirt, the Kirby shirt. Have you guys played the demo?
No, I never got to play
It
the
is.
Kirby demo yet. It's
It's
good.
fucking good. It's good.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
the demo isn't what the full game is, but I'm praying it's not, because it's like not, it doesn't feel open world. It just feels like linear. But I hope like later on it becomes like open world, because without like spoiling too much, he can turn into the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first thing I did is, once I turned into the car, I like just recorded me doing 30 seconds, and then I edited a video of uh driving in 1985. I mean, the fucking, it's an anime theme that it's just a driving anime. And I just put that over there while he was spinning in a circle, and I was like, oh, this man's doing sick donuts. It's fucking lit. But yeah, it was it's a good game. Definitely
Okay.
recommend trying it, and it comes out in a week.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So the
Hold on. I don't
remake.
mean to interrupt or anything, but I'm just gonna restart my computer really quick
Okay.
because my thing just keeps on disconnecting and shit. I don't know if you heard it.
No.
Or
No.
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 No? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
everything's just like a little fucking weird. So
yeah,
I am going to be right back.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I was about to say his Karibo avatar looks fucking kawaii desu.
No, your announcement.
Oh, for House of the Dead 2? I mean,
Yeah.
House of the Dead remake? Oh, yeah. So they announced it like a year ago, and we didn't hear any news about it. And then they dropped a trailer for House of the Dead 1 remake. And I was immediately impressed, because it's a rail shooter. Like, what, you know what I mean? It's like you can't really be excited for anything crazy. It's not going to be it's not going to be innovative or anything, but it looks nice. And I'm guessing that's on the OLED, because it looked like it was on a fucking computer. Like how nice it looked. It was really gorgeous. The game's play looked the same. And then once I started looking at it, I was like, this is fucking 1. This is like House of the Dead 1.
The original.
And then yeah, and I was disappointed, because I was like, the voice acting is good. Fuck. You know? I would have liked the shitty, bad voice acting that we got in like 2. But then it gave me the idea. I was like, what if they release 1, and then like a couple months later they released like the 2 remake? Because 2 was like, for me, was the best game.
Now remake that they did build this game from the ground up, like brand new.
Yeah.
Are they still sticking with the story and everything?
Yeah, I just think it's gonna just look prettier.
Okay.
When but it doesn't follow the same layout for the game, I guess, because it's like instead of you like going to like the castle, and it's like, so it looks bright, it's like dark and gloomy and shit, and then like the zombies look like they look more disgusting and disfigured, and then like the zombies with like the flat top still have the flat top. Like every zombie in that game played the original one, and I'm like, yo, they really doing this shit. Like they did the first boss, which is like the bat boss. They did him.
Yeah.
He looks fucking amazing. They did the spider. They teased the spider, like, because it's a tunnel that you go into, and then you look down and you have to fight it. They showed like majority of the bosses, and then I think they showed Goldman, and that's who I'm looking forward to. I just want to hear what he sounds like. I hope they just like they make it look nice, and then just keep the bad voice acting.
I was just gonna say, you haven't heard the voice acting yet? Is it just
No,
as cheesy?
I did.
Like the Resident Evil style?
Yeah, it's a very like when they say House of the Dead, it's like a deep fucking voice. It's like I think everybody here played Persona 5.
Mhm.
Igor's voice is what it sounds like. It's like
Mm.
super, super deep. Like this man was in somebody's asshole yelling. And I'm fangasming about it because I love that game so much.
Yeah.
And I played it a ton on as a kid. Like I spent too much fucking money on that game. And
You want to go to Barcade?
yeah, I want to go to Barcade. But I don't think
They have
Barcade's
House
have
of the Dead
which one?
2?
House of the Dead 2? Oh, okay. I'm dropping
Wait,
Is
$500
it
on
the
that.
one at
2
St.
or
Mark's?
1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they have 1 actually. You said the Bat Boss, right? With like the exposed
Yeah,
chest as a
yeah,
weak point.
yeah.
Yeah. First off, fuck that guy.
Fuck
Second,
that
it's that
guy.
one that they have. Yeah, they have 1.
Yeah, because you know it's funny. So I don't quick lore. The Bat Boss in
Lore.
that one is the second to last boss in 2. And I was like, because you fight him the exact same way, but he just has a different move set. Like instead of him flying there and then like swooping out and smacking you, it's like he teleports and then he has like like fucking balls that he
he
throws
comes
at you.
back with a vengeance.
Yeah, and he
Comes back
dies
with
and
balls.
he comes back with
With
balls.
balls.
And then it's fucking that game is amazing. I can't wait to play that shit. And it comes out April 7th. So it comes out next month and I'm excited to play that shit. I'm gonna be playing it for like an hour. That and Elden Ring.
Isn't the whole game like an hour long, anyways?
Maybe like an hour. Nah, maybe like even
You
an
have
hour.
to
Maybe like
physically
45.
put coins into your system to get it to
Yeah,
work
you have to give.
Put it into the
in
CD
your
drive.
PC. Yeah.
You have to throw your wallet at the Switch, and it has a special compartment where the SD card goes. Next to it is where it takes your money.
Okay. And
Yeah,
it goes straight to Japan to
it goes
Nintendo, right?
straight. No,
Yeah.
no. It goes to Nintendo, and then they give 5 cents to Capcom. That's good.
Oh god. That's their commission there.
Yeah, it's their convention. It's like, oh, you want to make a great
Mm.
game? Here you go on our system. And that's the thing that I find strange about it. It only said Switch, and I'm thinking like, is it gonna be for every console? Because that's what they did with House of the Dead 3, I think. That it was like on PlayStation and Xbox.
A remake directly on a Switch, but no other
Switch.
console. That's
But
interesting.
no, that's interesting, and I hope that they do the gun thing, like you can get a gun, because I'm not gonna be moving around with
Oh,
the
like
fucking
a zapper for the Switch?
like yeah, because I
I mean,
need that.
doesn't the controller already have like a motion thing on there? Technically, you
It
could
is
already use that, right?
it is unreliable as shit.
Yeah.
No, you
Like
got to use the Wii remote for the Switch.
exactly. Imagine it says
So
like
that's actually the new peripheral. You know how they made the
yeah.
N64 controller? They're gonna make Wii remotes for the Switch to be like a retro kind of thing.
Oh,
You gotta
really?
pay like $70 for the nunchuck separately. So
Randy, you're dragging it. It's gonna be $1,000 per nunchuck.
Per nunchuck.
Per nunchuck
so it's the
minimum.
Valve Index then.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Well, all things considered though, as like campy House of the Dead is, it's a fucking amazing game because
It
like you
is.
can take so many fucking different routes based on what you do and what you shoot.
Mhm.
Because
And
you
who
can
you
like shoot
save.
the environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
It's
shoot the environment, open up different things.
kind of like a choose your own adventure arcade style.
Yeah. Yeah. In a way.
Except you can't hold the page to like
Yeah.
go back if you fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
If you fuck up.
I
You know
got-
what I'm talking about because
Oh
everyone's
yeah,
done
because
it.
I did it.
Yeah, because you turn the page. You're like, no,
Hey,
I don't
nope,
want that.
I don't like
want
that.
But my finger didn't leave the page. It doesn't count.
Yep. I the thing I love about House of the Dead is I got to the point that I can beat the game with like max one death. At most one death. And I was like, I don't even want to play the game anymore. And I'll be sweating and shit. Like it feels like it's a workout. My arms are tired. The way I be shooting the gun is unconventional. So I would shoot the gun like this. Because I don't like holding it straight because it hurts my wrist. So I'm aiming it. And then I just have my
Gangsta
trigger
style.
finger. And I just go like this. If I'm fighting a boss, I'm just
Yeah.
That's it.
Fucking when Letty and I went to Barcade, she's like trying to jam the trigger as fast as she can, and I just put like the finger from my other hand and just keep on going back and forth really fast. Is it done?
How long ago did the St. Mark's Barcade have House of the Dead? Because it wasn't there when I was working there.
I remember it's definitely been there for 4 years at least. Because for my 21st, I went to Barcade.
Okay.
So I remember it being there. I think that some of the machines changed from since then, but overall everything's been the same. I know
Yeah.
the pinball machines definitely did change.
Yeah.
I mean,
Moonwalker.
I'm sure
has
they're
been
in the
there
same
the entire
spot, but
time.
they've changed out the actual pinball machines every now and then, but they always put them in the same spot.
Yeah, in the back
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always
They had
secluded.
some really interesting fucking beer choices too.
Yeah,
There was one of them that was
Letty's showing
like
her noobness right now.
he's great at that game.
no, she's like autistically good at Bubble Bobble or Bubble
course.
Trouble.
Ah, fuck those games. My
Yeah,
brain hurts
no,
for
that
that.
I could go like 2 levels clean, and then she would just like clear at least 8 in a row, and then we would take turns, and then she would just like fucking figure out how to do it. And yeah,
Last
that
time
one took the most money, honestly.
Last time I visited NYC and saw you guys, I went to Barcade with a nursing buddy of mine, and we played. What we did was play Turtles in Time the whole time.
Nice.
We tried to beat the whole game. We put like maybe like $10 into that shit.
Randy, you think we can
Oh,
beat House
only
yesterday?
$10
Yeah.
Nah, you got to put at least 20
each,
each.
Oh.
each.
Only $10
You
each.
gotta. Those are baby numbers. You gotta set those numbers up.
Yeah,
You
right.
gotta set those numbers up.
Fucking, I think I spent easily fucking like $15 on one pinball machine alone, the Looney Tunes one.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And then I tried the Iron Maiden one. The Iron Maiden one wasn't fair. It was really fun. It was fast paced as shit, and the music was amazing because it's just like all Maiden. But god
Mm.
fucking damn, did it hurt my head sometimes. And it pulled a lot of bullshit.
Mhm.
Way too much bullshit. But
That's
whatever.
I think I spent maybe 30 max on Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, of
And
course.
it-
Of
yeah,
course.
no, because it was because there was this guy that was playing, and he was playing like consistently, and it was like some big legendary guy, and like
I gotta get this guy off this off.
No, because he
just,
like
ah.
yeah. This is how I knew it was unfair. First of all, Mans is playing on a messed up arcade stick, which means like you can't do certain moves when come out. He was still being able to do these moves, hit the buttons precisely and everything. I was like, I want to be on that level. And then like when he
I wish
left,
I was him.
and then when he left, it was snowing, and then I looked outside and he was gone. It was like he was my thought, and I was like, "That's a fucking ghost."
He just walked away into the fog and the
that was it.
We got some Fight Club shit going on where that's his Tyler Durden. That was actually Kevin playing the machine.
Kevin
and he
the
was, like, having
whole
an out of
time.
body
It
experience.
was exactly. And I was like, "Yo, you want to play it? Yeah, sure." I just played myself. But it got to the point that I was like, "Damn, he's really fucking good." I was like, I think he like after a while, I was like, "Yeah, he plays Marvel too." Because I saw his team.
No.
He had Cable, Captain Commando, and Strider, and I was like, he's gonna beat the shit out of. No, and Ruby Heart, and I was like, he's gonna beat the shit out of me. Like I already knew by Captain Commando's a strong teammate. Cable is extremely busted, and then Ruby is just the wow factor. He beat the shit out of me, and I was like, nice.
You know what game was really fun?
Oh.
Burger Time. That shit was frustrating as hell,
Burger
but
Time
it
is
was
a
really
killer
fun.
game.
Yeah. It's panic inducing when they start to get like faster.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. I think I played Overcooked for the first time in my entire life. That game was something.
What's Overcooked?
Yeah,
I don't want those games. I don't like those games. It's too much pressure.
You're fucking telling me? Fucking
Too much pressure.
realistically speaking. So I play when the fuck did we play Overcooked, Letty?
Oh wait, so Danny, Overcooked is I think we talked about it before.
It's on sale.
It's a multiplayer game where everybody does their own little roles, like for cooking food or putting together food, and we all it's like a chain of like things of a job we have to do and put it all together and give it to the customer.
Yeah, you're basically making food for a guest.
Yeah,
That's
it's Hell's Kitchen, the game.
It's like Diner Dash, but except instead of waiting for the food to kind of be out there, you got to make it yourself and wash the dishes and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, no shit. A few days ago, fucking whatever. Point is, a few days ago we were playing, and the manager and me wanted to come out so fucking bad with Letty. I just like I had to hold my
Manager?
tongue. Yeah,
Why?
because I had to delegate to her what to do and like kind of small things, and then I would just do the rest.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And she's like, no. If you have to like, if you need something, just let me know that you need it. And I'm like, no, it's okay.
Then you start cutting her hours. You cut her tips.
Exactly.
You eventually cut her out of the
Just go home.
job.
It's fine. No, because I actually do have a story of like that when I used to be a manager. That there was someone that made like 7 or 8 mistakes in the span of 45 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, you were here for 3 hours. Just go the fuck home. It's fine. And they're like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, no. Legally, I can. So just you're cut. I'm transferring your tables. Get the fuck out of here. Like you're. It's more comps than anything at this moment.
Randy really hit him with the. How about you just clock out for me?
Basically.
Yeah.
Leave your apron in my office.
Tyrannical. Tyrannical.
Okay, so we strayed away from House of the Dead, but so Kevin wanted to just.
I'll definitely play it. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
And
Play it on stream.
I'll play it on stream.
Oh yeah,
I don't mind. I just hope they get the zapper. If not, then I'm gonna be just like because I don't like
It's all
using.
good. It'll be
don't
weird
like the
using a
Joy-Con.
joystick. I'm sure.
Yeah, I hated playing 3 on the Xbox. It was fucking terrible. Like the classic Xbox. Fucking hated
Yeah,
it.
those like flash gun games, I never quite understood whenever they did console ports, like Time Crisis. They
Oh,
put
fucking
that onto
terrible.
console, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And it was bad
Mm-hmm.
because controllers. And even House of the Dead 4 was fucking bad because you're playing it on PlayStation, and then they had that weird ass vibrator gun with the
The
big
dildo,
no,
the
the
Hitachi
vibrator.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, you know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The
I had
PS3.
them.
What was the PlayStation? You had them.
I had two.
You had a
I had two of
collection.
them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
two
one
of
for
them.
the front,
You
one
said
for
one
the
for
back.
the
right?
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why I had two of them? Because I had one for whatever I wanted to play with, and then but then I ended up buying a second one because I wanted to play Killzone the way Killzone 2 was
with
it
the
Killzone
stock?
3 with the actual stock rifle, the plastic
Killzone
piece of
2.
toy that you just connect both motion controllers onto it, so you could hold it like a real gun. It was actually a lot of fun, but it was really hard to get used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had two of them.
You know what
It
else
was
is
3.
You know what else is really hard to get into?
That dildo.
You guys spit on it. Oh god.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we're moving on. So
he got his and hers toys.
yeah. So this is the last minute introduction stuff that we'll talk about here. But they had Sony State of Play out yesterday, which was March 9th, because today is the 10th. So they released they showed a couple of trailers for some games. A lot of them were just pretty much just trailers of stuff we already knew about, but they also talked about some other things. I'm just going to run down a list of some of the things that he talked about here. The Dio Feld Chronicle, I zoned out on that trailer because that shit was like, I hate political fantasy type games, so I kind of just zoned out on that one. They have a new trailer for Stranger Paradise. Of course, Final Fantasy Origins is coming out in like 2 weeks or something.
Final Fantasy Chaos.
Final Fantasy Chaos. I am
There's
Chaos.
a demo. There's a demo out now.
Yeah, there's a demo.
Final
There's
demo,
there's a final demo out, so you guys can try that out.
And you can expand your save. No, but you keep your save game. You keep your progress. So whatever you do there, you keep it. So this is gonna basically be the final game. So whatever this look like, game will look like.
Okay.
I think.
Is it? Sorry to talk about that one. Is it like Souls, Neo? What kind of gameplay is that?
It's Dark Souls-ish.
Yeah,
it's
like
a hard
Souls.
game.
It's
They,
like
they have
it's like more
bonfires.
act-
The leveling up
yeah.
is like with souls and everything, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's
is
all
it
like
more of an
fast-paced?
it's more of an action version of a Souls game.
So then it'll be
So-
like more so like Neo, because Neo was more fast paced.
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's way more fast paced with
Who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be saying the Final Fantasy game is gonna be like Dark Souls?
Yo,
Yeah.
it's
Who
just
would've
like
thought that
Dark
we were
Souls,
gonna
just
say that
easier.
Final Fantasy was gonna be like Fortnite.
Hey, Silver, can you do me a
Battle
favor?
Royale
Can
game.
I
you come
agree
into my
with
office and take a shot?
Okay, hold on. Let me give out the rest of the list here. So they mentioned Forspoken, another gameplay trailer. The game's looking fucking beautiful.
Nice.
I'm excited for that game. Gundam Evolution, which looks pretty much like a really generic first person hero shooter with a little bit of third person action in there. So I wasn't impressed with that. Exo Primal was another one. Well, I want to talk about that a little bit more, but still moving on for the rest of the list first. Ghostwire Tokyo, they showed the official launch trailer, which that's coming out in a week or two as well. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, which Battle Royale, what the fuck? Just call it that.
It's a port. It's not in.
It's
a
a
game.
port.
That was the arcade game, no?
No, that was the fighting game on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes of Heaven?
No, that was the one before Eyes of Heaven.
Ah, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the one with JoJolion, which is what is it?
Eyes of Heaven has a fucking Sailor Josuke too.
Yeah, no, that's the fighting. The arena fighter is the one you're talking about. The other one is the actual fighting game where you could do
okay.
like shit combos.
So
Gotcha.
so Valkyrie Elysium, I don't know if I mentioned that
Ooh.
one on the list. That was another trailer that they released. It was a gameplay trailer that
Mhm.
looked generic to me as well. Looked like a
Mhm.
traditional Japanese hack and slash style game. Nothing impressed me on that. But as stupid as this game looked, I thought it was ridiculous and appropriate for Capcom. Exo Primal. It was basically guys in like giant robot exosuits, kind of like
Pacific Rim.
no, they're not giants. They're little exosuits,
Mech.
kind of like Iron Man.
Like Kamen Rider.
Dragon Knight.
Oh,
Common Rider. I guess you could say Common Rider, but I guess a little bit more bulkier
Super
though.
Sentai.
Just bulky suits, just a lot of bulky exosuits, like or I guess like little miniature mech suits. I guess you could
You're
say.
talking about
But here's
so
the
Fallout
kicker.
suits?
But here's the
Fallout
here's the
suits?
kicker. Anthem. Think of Anthem.
Okay.
Anthem. Like
What's that?
those suits.
Oh,
So
mic's not on. It's
Huh?
Anthem.
Anthem.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
that?
the mic wasn't on.
so
Never heard about that game before.
so
But
so
it looks.
I wonder how that
so,
did.
so think Anthem, except you're fighting dinosaurs. Leave it to Capcom to fucking do a sci-fi shit with dinosaurs. And like the only thing that I thought about when I saw this trailer was where the fuck is Dino Crisis? Like I still want Dino Crisis. If they were to introduce dinosaurs fighting exosuit people, where the fuck is my Dino Crisis? But that was a cool
It's what?
looking.
Dino Crisis 4. They made 3 parts, I think, already.
It made 3
Can I-
parts.
The
Fuck.
new Dino Crisis, the new evolution.
Yo,
Kevin?
nah. Fuck Dino Crisis.
What?
Can I get Earth Defender?
No,
1999?
they made enough of those games. God, they made so many of those games.
I need one that you fight dinosaurs infused with ants. I need that.
Oh my god,
And the
reptile ants.
It's reptile ants that
Oh,
are
fucking EDF.
Exactly.
Earth Defense Force.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm
Shit.
so sick
Give
of
me
that
that shit.
game.
I love that game to death. It's so fucking goofy.
Yeah, it
Fuck.
is. It really is. It's fun. It is a fun game. It's so stupid, but it's fun.
The thing
Uh,
about that, what was that the Anthem Dino Crisis game? What was it called?
Exo Primal.
The
Exo-
Exo Primer. If you guys haven't seen a trailer,
Oh, I'm looking at it.
it's fucking weird.
It
it's
is.
like- It's like Anthem meets Dino Crisis meets a Dynasty Warriors game because
Yeah,
you get these flood of dinosaurs, which doesn't even look realistic. Like I actually don't like the way that looks. Like I wish they just like. There's no reason you had to do dinosaurs.
Mhm.
If you're just gonna make them look like a flood of zombies or something. I felt like they were gonna do zombies, and they said, you know what, that zombies have been done before. What else
Zombies
can
been
we
done.
do? How about
Oh wait,
dinos?
we did
Okay,
dinosaurs
let's do it.
before. Let's do that.
But
Yo,
they
we
never
did.
done it. But they never done it as a flood. They attack in packs. I don't know. It's like they're like a rat swarm. They look
You-
more of a rat
Yeah,
swarm.
yeah.
You
And
know,
I feel like they could have just done larger rats or something. I don't know. It's just the dinos look really silly to me.
yeah. Can I tell you what I looked at? The first moment I saw Capcom, I was like, all right, what other fucking goddamn Monster Hunter game are they gonna come out with this week? And then they
Yeah.
came out with the fucking Dynasty Warriors dinosaur, and I was like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. This is not gonna be.
It's very weird looking. I don't know.
It's-
I'm not
yeah.
too thrilled about it.
The-
Honestly, It's
I
only
don't-
because
I don't think I'll play it either, but I thought it was a fun trailer.
I might play it as a fun trailer, but I'm just disappointed in what they're trying to. I don't know. It's just
Mm.
I'm not sad. I'm just
About it.
disappointed.
yeah. It's just see what you're doing.
A
but it's
real
not
parent.
working. So next.
Yeah.
I can name a game that's announced that I didn't think it was gonna come out,
Hmm.
and it was on. It's not something that we talked about, but it's a game near and dear to my heart. So they're doing a Nympha Cross Senran Kaguya game that's
What?
coming out.
Oh
And-
god.
Who?
Yeah,
It's a
and
titty
Sem-
fighter game.
a titty fighter game with
Oh,
Nymph, which is
jeez.
another kind of franchise of its own. So they're doing a
Is
cross.
that a titty fighter as well?
No, it's a RPG. It ventured into like different branches.
Can
of
you
RPGs.
explain what a titty fighter is?
So titty fighter
Basically.
is jiggle physics.
Because people
make
probably
no
just think y'all just making words up because you
No,
want to
so
be
it-
because you want to be how do you say
Funny.
inappropriate?
no,
No,
so
no,
ba-
no. The game itself is inappropriate.
Yeah,
lots
that's what I
of-
mean. But I want
yeah,
you guys to explain what it is.
The aesthetic. So there's what is it? Cosmetic damage.
Yes.
So your clothes starts to come off, and
Mhm.
it's not like, oh, it's just you get hit and you see it kind of strip. No,
Mhm.
they literally have a cutscene mid-fight of the, and then like something just bursts.
Yeah. So
Jiggle physics up the ass, obscene fucking sizes of
some
breasticles, if
some
you
of them
will.
don't make sense.
DOA is rated G compared to some of those games.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think there's like straight nudity in it, but like
Fuck you. What are you talking about? The Extreme series is
no,
yes.
no, 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 no,
I'm not
no.
talking
I mean
about
like
volleyball.
the Senran.
No. But I'm saying that the Extreme is like if it's not G, I don't know what the fuck is that game because it's soft core at least. It's soft core. But it's
So you're excited. You're
imagine
excited about it, this game.
yeah, I'm excited about this game because I always love seeing a new Samurai Kaguya game. Like they always there's so many, and then I hope and pray that Nintendo gets the right to release the Tales series hack and slash, and that one was one that I wanted to play because it came back on the PSP, but it never got ported here. So that's I seen that and I was like, oh, this shit, I saw that on the fucking PSP like years ago, and I really never paid the mind to it because my taste was different. But me seeing it now, I'm like, oh, it looks nice. I'll play it. I'll play it for the culture. For the one time. But I'm super excited for that. And I didn't see that one I saw that one by chance when I was going through the Nintendo store to try to pre-order House of the Dead. But yeah, it's a nice game. I'm excited to play that shit. And I gotta turn this fan on because it's hotter than the devil's balls here. Ugh.
Yeah. Anybody else with thoughts on Sony State of Play? Any of the videos that caught their eye, except for Forspoken, because we already know that game's exciting.
Yeah. Because it's
course.
Yeah,
Forspoken.
anyway. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for that. We'll go into our main topic. The main topic today. So again, if you haven't noticed, and we have already mentioned it quite a few times, we've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and I've been having a lot of fun with Elden Ring. We've played for hours and hours, especially me, Boneless, and Sober together. Like we've been doing a lot of co-op stuff, helping each other
Oh,
out.
you've been crossing swords?
Been cross
Uh-huh.
and
Yes, we
crossing
did.
streams too.
Exactly.
so yeah, we've been doing a lot of that, and one of the things that I'm having fun with is you don't have to worry about durability in weapons, and
They had that in the other ones?
they did.
Yeah, in the Souls games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
definitely did.
and then
I feel like I remember that too, yeah.
this is
I
kind of a
think
discussion that we talked about when we mentioned this in long time ago in one of the episodes when we talked about Breath of the Wild. A lot of people were making a big deal of the weapon durability there because a lot of the weapons they break quick and they break
Yeah.
easily. So I didn't have a lot of fun with that because of that situation. So my question today is, now that we're playing Elden Ring, I was gonna say Elden Souls.
Souls.
Elden Ring.
Basically.
Yeah.
Elden Souls.
So
Elden Souls.
so now that we're playing, Elden Ring and we're having a lot of fun because you don't have to worry about that aspect of the game. Like, what do you guys think about weapon durability? Should that still be a thing in some games? Should we just get rid of it altogether? I mean, obviously the everyone's gonna say it depends on the game, but is it really needed or is it just something like a padding to just make the gameplay a lot more complicated than it should be? Does anybody have thoughts?
I'll go first because I'm getting distracted. My attention span is very vast. I don't really. I feel like it is situational, and like some games, like you need there to be some kind of like a balance system. And I feel like if you have a weapon that is overpowered and you can just swing it all willy nilly,
But most overpowered weapons don't have the durability brick.
Well,
no.
It takes forever for it to actually
Yeah,
break.
no, that's
let Kevin finish his thought first.
no,
sorry.
that's what I was gonna wait for because I knew.
Yeah.
But like some of the overpowered weapons, like Sober said, have like 10,000 fucking durability before it breaks. It makes it feel like I would say realistic, but in some games it becomes a burden. Like if let's say in one of the Dark Souls game, right, you hit somebody 10 times, the weapon breaks. That means you're gonna have to be fighting them and being smart about being cautious of your weapon breaking, like whatever. Because in Breath of the Wild, I hated that. When I used the Master Sword, it's a chance that the Master Sword will break, but then it recharges later on. And I'm like, and then you have to wait actual time for it to recharge. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I'm not gonna keep scrambling to fight somebody. And
his Hylian shield breaks, like the iconic shield breaks. I'm like, why?
I feel like for certain weapons, yes, but I think for some, no. Like if it's an your iconic
Yeah.
weapon, it shouldn't break at all. Like if it's like the fucking the great sword that you fight the storm giant with, that shit should never break. Like just weapons that you use on bosses should never break. You should be able to keep them and
Like
it'd be
boss,
fine.
like boss
Like
weapons or special weapons.
like special weapons
Yeah.
that you get like from completing a quest. I feel like you should keep those weapons and the durability should just stay. But
And
then
you
there's
can, like,
uh-huh.
you can pretend, you can say like, hey, it's a magic weapon, that's why it doesn't break. Duh. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like,
you know,
Mhm.
yeah, you know what I mean, like something like that. Like, but then when you have like weapons that is like very iconic, like the fucking Master Sword breaking or your shield breaking, or like a weapon that you got from a quest that you did and it breaks, and then you got to fix it, and then you have to pay to fix it, and it's like an absurd amount. It's like at that point, it's like I don't even want to. I don't really see the point of it. But I see the appeal of durability in games, but then sometimes it doesn't work, and I don't think it's not going to be perfect like durability weapons. But with this one, it's like I didn't really pay mind to it till now. Like I was like, oh shit, my weapon's, and it never broke. I'm like, oh, it didn't. But yeah, I
Eh,
think it's
What? Go ahead.
no. What you were gonna ask?
No, I was just gonna say. So with Dark Souls, you know, even though they had durability, in game in the weapons and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they always gave you the option of fixing it. You were always
Yeah.
able to fix it. You know, as long as you have the souls,
Mhm.
as long as you have the resources, you can fix your thing. You just go to a blacksmith or whatever
Uh-huh.
it was.
Or you
So
use
like,
the item.
or yeah, you had the repair item as well, so you can just do it out in the field.
Mhm.
But they didn't have that in Breath of the Wild, so that was an issue with that. So you
Yeah, for
couldn't
real.
really repair. Can you really repair
I was
something?
I was just gonna ask you that.
No,
I
Yeah,
was
I
just
don't
gonna ask,
think.
would you
no.
repair?
You once it breaks, it's gone. That's it. You
Yeah,
lose that
I was
weapon.
trying to remember if you can craft something to fix things, but
No,
no, I don't think so.
no. You can put up
S-
the durability for it.
yeah.
Feel it if you have
Yeah,
it, but you
so
can't fix it if it's broken.
so I just don't like the idea of durability at all. Period. Like that's just a little extra thing that you have to worry about when you should
Mhm.
really be focused more on the rest of the game. And that's something that I just loved about Elden Ring. Like I don't have to worry about fixing my katanas every like even Final Fantasy 14 when me and Danny are raiding and stuff like that. Like you know we die maybe like once or twice, and then we log off, we log back on in a day or two or three or a week later, and you forget that we died a couple of times, so your durability and all your stuff gets low, and you forget, and then you're wondering why like you're dealing damage like 50% less or whatever it may be, or you're getting hit a lot more, and it's like oh shit the durability. So now I got to go run and fix the durability. Now mind you, it's not
Mhm.
a big deal. We have the gil for it. We have the money for it to fix the stuff. That's not the issue. Like my problem is just now I gotta fucking go fast travel somewhere and I gotta go fix this thing for some
Uh,
stupid reason when I
I
could just be enjoying myself grinding more.
I seen in what did we talked
Um,
about this game. Sorry to cut you off, Randy. There was a
oh, no, you're
game
good. I'm just
that
gonna get
that
another
we
beer. I'll be right back.
Mm.
got you. There was a game that we were talking about on the podcast a while back, and it was that scramble game. It was like
Scramble?
no, it's like a game that you work in an office, and then you gotta like go and like cut departments off, and your job was like to beat the boss, but it was like a not a roguelike. But it was like you don't have a set weapon, your weapon breaks, and it's always like a scramble fighting. I forgot the name of it.
Mm.
But
Scramble, right?
huh? Shut up. But it was like I would say in like those kind of games, like if it's a scramble and you have so many weapons, I would see the point of you having your weapon having a durability. I don't see the point of why I swing my hammer 10 times it's broken. You know what I mean? Like in a
Hmm.
game that it's 90 hours, probably 120 hours plus. You know what I mean? I don't need my weapon breaking, but
Especially when
if
it
you
becomes so like
yeah,
so redundant to fucking
yeah,
like it doesn't cost you anything really to repair it. You're to 10 gold, I'm done. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
yeah,
getting 1 million gold. I'm
yeah.
worried about that. Stop. This is stupid. Like so, it just becomes an annoyance, and it's just like why? It's just, okay, I get it.
Yeah. The real factor is in, but it's one of those. I feel like it's a good and if it's done well, it's good. But then if it's done poorly, you would notice it more. Like in Dark Souls, especially, what happens if you're fighting a boss, right, and your weapon breaks? You're gonna have to take time to repair it. Do you think the boss is gonna give you time to repair it?
Or just switch quick. Yeah.
Yeah, or just it's either that or you switch, and then if you're not like if your equipment is not built, like if you don't have a lot of endurance, you're literally going to be fat rolling and getting smacked
Hmm.
stupid because you're overburdened,
Yeah.
and then it becomes a fucking panic game because now you got to use your other weapon, then you got to get a moment to fix it, and then it's like another layer of fucking responsibility you have, that you have to maintain your weapons while fighting and not dying and not doing like one damage, because when a weapon breaks, it just does one and that's it. It doesn't do any like half
Next
damage.
patch in Elden Ring, they're gonna
I mean-
put in durability, and you have to use your Estus flask to like.
It just pours it on.
You
and
gotta
like, drink up
allocate your
on me.
Estus flask for a third Estus flask, and that was just to repair shit. That'd be
Oh,
fucked
fuck
up.
yeah.
Go, Randy,
Oh,
you're gonna
man.
say something?
I do kind of get that it can be a hassle to like, maintain durability during a boss fight or whatever the fuck, and then it's, oh shit, it broke. That kind of one adds to the appeal of difficulty because the whole point of the game is that it punishes you for what you don't do. And so it's your responsibility. If you decide that you want to overburden yourself, that's on you. That's on you. If you decide that you don't want to repair your fucking weapons, that's on you because the game is unforgiving as it is to begin with.
Yep.
In
That is-
MMOs, it's not going to be a kind of like, oh yeah, no, just have a fucking willy-nilly thing without having to worry about like spending your money on whatever the case. Yeah, sure, just because it doesn't cost that much doesn't mean you don't have to do it. I've been playing fucking MMOs for years, so it's like almost second nature for me personally to like after every single like raid to just immediately fucking repair it. Even if my shit went down 2 points, like every time I did a dungeon, I would just go repair it. It went down by 1 point, fucking that's it. I repair it. I'd rather spend like 15 copper than fucking 10 gold later.
But it's just, like Danny
You know
made a
what I
good
mean?
point though, because you're
yeah.
already earning so much. You're already earning so much in the game. What is the point in making you jump through those hoops when you can already afford it? You already have well enough of those materials or the gold or whatever it may be. Like, what is the point? Like, it's just
Yeah,
it's just
an
an extra
emerging thing.
layer
In
or
the
something.
beginning,
It's honestly, it's just an
in the
immersion
beginning it
thing.
makes, but in the beginning it makes sense. In the beginning of the game, your weapons are weak. You're using a fucking wooden, a wooden spoon or whatever to fucking stab
Instead of
somebody.
wooden spoon to kill somebody.
You're using a katana dildo. It's fine.
Yeah,
Hey, there's a frying pan in a Dark Souls game, so
There is. That is true.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine if you're using weapons that are like that makes sense that can break. Yeah, fine. That to me makes
Honestly,
sense. But once you get into the I now have this fucking giant fucking sword that lights up and shoots fucking ice, but yet it can break, and I can just go to a fucking random blacksmith and repair it, no problem. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
because it's just the immersion factor. Because okay, for MMOs, there's always two different types of servers. You have your base server where it's just people like us that want to
And
go
real
and
role
play,
playing.
do whatever the fuck, and then you have those that role play that will literally do everything like as if they're in the fucking world itself. So if you take away something that kind of breaks the immersion like that, it's going to be like, oh, we're basically all unstoppable if that's the case. It's always going to be a case by case basis with durability. Silent Hill, that has durability because you want to feel defenseless. Your characters can't fight for shit. So if your weapons break and that was your only means of survival, then you're kind of fucking boned. But that's what adds to the whole panic factor. In Dark Souls, you're getting your fucking shit. Wait, hold on, flashlight. You fucking in Dark Souls, you're like getting turned into fucking pancakes, but like that's the whole thing about it. You're gonna keep hacking away at this boss. Maybe your weapon doesn't do that much damage, and that's your fault for not increasing certain stats because you could have to use a stronger weapon that would have killed this boss a lot faster. But now you're hacking away, your durability gets low, you end up breaking your fucking sword, and now you have to either repair it or panic and fucking switch out, like you guys said.
But again, yeah, it makes sense in the MMO world. The MMO world just makes sense because just said there are people who like to live that I am this person through and through. This is what I do. I go to a bar. I talk to people. I go to the pub. Like they pretend they're in a real life D&D. So MMOs make 100% sense, right? And so you need that aspect. But in a Dark Souls game, it doesn't make any sense. In a Breath of the Wild game, it doesn't make any sense because you're not actually doing that. You're not doing that LARPing or super meta fucking role
But
playing when
then
you're
it
playing
takes
those
away
games.
the difficulty.
But it doesn't
But
because
Elden Ring does it, and it does it right.
that's what I'm saying. It
Elden
doesn't
Ring is
take
still
away,
hard.
But
but it doesn't
also,
take,
Elden Ring
but
is
it doesn't.
kind of
But hold on, it
Elden Ring.
doesn't
It's
take
not
away.
a
It doesn't.
Souls game.
It doesn't take away
Case by case
part
in
of the.
terms of franchise and what it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away part of the disability because once you get to it, again, in the beginning, it does make sense. In the beginning, it makes sense when you're using the wooden stick. But then towards the end of the game, it should go away dramatically with the weapons because if you have the giant fucking magic sword, why can't it be not break? Like, it doesn't make any sense for it to break, because if it broke, there's no way you can fully put it back together magically. Like this, like logically, like if you were trying to pretend you're in that world, it doesn't make any sense for it to break anymore.
Here's the
And
thing
then,
also. With MMOs as well, like with your argument with MMOs do make sense because you want to immerse them more with the community and stuff like that. I
yeah,
get that part, but
Mhm.
can you imagine if you introduced durability for everything, and everything had a durability thing, and sorry, you grinded so hard, and I'm not talking about like I think this discussion is more on durability of weapons that once they break, they're gone and they're gone out of your inventory and like you can't use them anymore. Versus like something that just goes down to 0 and then it just doesn't work until you
One-
fix it
Yep.
because you still have the weapon. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like you're imagine an MMO where you grind so hard, days, weeks, months for this weapon, this special weapon. You fight this raid boss, this fucking 10 savior Sephiroths in one shooting 50
That's
meteors at you and shit like that,
sounds unfair as shit.
and you kill him and you get this weapon and then the shit breaks on you and then you just don't have it anymore. Like those are the type, that's the type of argument that I'm talking about.
Mm.
What is the limit? What is that, where's that line that you cross? Like I like Danny's idea of it being like in the beginning things are breakable because you're just getting used to it and you have a lot of cheap, stupid, like flimsy weapons. But as you progress towards the game, all the best stuff, it has like an unbreakable title. Like it's
Mhm.
just unbreakable for
I
whatever reason.
I don't know. That kind of seems kind of like a cop out. It doesn't seem like you're really working for it, in my opinion. Personally, in my opinion,
Mhm.
because then there's
it's
also
not,
games that like
but it
it's
doesn't
in not
really.
terms of durability. Wait, sir. In not terms of durability, but like some games where like shooters where ammo is scarce, like in Resident Evil, where it's like okay, like certain ammo drops are not going to be as often as other ones, so then you have to like count every bullet. It's not necessarily durability, but it does count to like how many times can I use this weapon? How many times can I shoot this gun before it just ends up being rendered moot?
You're talking about a very
But
niche type of different type
those are
of
two
game.
different. I think those are two different things. But
I mean, it's
the
kind of the
problem
same
with
thing
the
because if the gun ends up being useless because there's no more bullets, the weapon is if it breaks entirely, it's useless because it's just gone
no,
entirely.
I mean, by
because
that
okay,
logic,
because
I could have developed Borderlands and have all the bullets just be just as scarce, and then you just screwed.
No, but you even said yourself, you grind for this weapon that once it breaks, it's gone.
Yeah,
You
you
have this
use up all the
pistol.
bullets and now you don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
Now it's like
it's
gone
kind of
forever.
like the
Like,
same
oh
thing. Yeah,
no, I would never play a
you
game like
think
that.
about like how to use it.
I would never play
okay,
a game like that, and I wouldn't even
Some
bother
games
getting the
do
weapon in the
have
first place.
yeah, some Western RPGs actually have like that really fucking terrible thing where there are items that are like too good to use because you're afraid of like using them, and then the game
Okay.
itself is kind of for piss where you don't need to use
Then
them
what is even
anyways.
the point in getting it? Like, what is it? Just bragging rights? Like, how that's
Kinda.
stupid. Like, that's
It's
stupid.
like
Like bragging
imagine
rights for a
with
weapon that
Destiny,
you can never
like the
use because
Mjolnir.
you're afraid of it going away. But the thing is I get
I mean,
that
the
though.
Gjallarhorn, my bad.
I no, but I get that though. Like Gjallarhorn, I get that, but you have not unlimited ammo, but you have ammo that could eventually replenish.
Yeah, you'll pick it up and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, but like
but I mean,
if I
imagine
had a
like
very
imagine one of
rare
those things.
gun in Borderlands and then I run out of the ammo, I can never get that ammo back ever again. What is even the point in doing it?
That's like if you have a gun and you shoot it, and the gun you can never use it again. The character just throws it, and it's gone. It's like you run out of bullets, and he's
Bor-
just like doom, 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 he just
Borderlands
goes.
would be that one game where you throw it and it turns into a nuke and it just blows up everything, and
Yeah.
then
You know that
it's done.
that's actually in Borderlands 2. That is a weapon company. That
Yes, it is.
Tediore. When you
That's
reload,
my
you throw your
favorite.
gun and
That's
it
my
blows up as
Oh
a
favorite
my
grenade.
fucking
god!
gun. Yeah, it's my
Yeah,
favorite
Of
gun.
course.
that's funny that you mentioned that.
Jeez.
It deals more damage the more bullets that are in the clip. So if you empty it out, like it does the minimum damage, but if you shoot once and then throw like the fucking almost full clip, that shit fucking nukes them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you bitches.
Well, so
You bitches.
real quick before
Anyways, back to
anybody
things.
else says anything about it, Huertas was saying maybe it is intentional so the game lasts longer to finish or not just go nuclear and rush through the game.
Yeah.
I kind of
It-
agree, but that's also something that I frown upon because that all you're doing is putting extra
Kind of
layers and
padding it
extra
out.
padding. You're
Yeah.
padding the game to make it longer when you should just worry more about the quality than the quantity. So
Yes
that's a
and no,
cop out
because
for me.
also Because also imagine, like, in terms of Final Fantasy, you're paying X amount of money a month in order to play the game. It's like you kind of want it to be worthwhile. If you pay $60 for a game, you don't want to just be over with it in like 4 fucking
Of
hours, right?
course, yeah.
Yeah. It's so kind of like if you add this little thing, even if it takes you fucking 2 minutes at a time, and you have to keep on doing that, that's extra time that it's adding to kind of make it seem like the $60 is worth it. And even if you kind of see that
Nah,
it's not worth it at the very end, you could say, hey, you know what? I
I
didn't
don't.
fucking burn right through this game.
I don't think that's an excuse because if you look at this game, Elden Ring, I cannot believe how much shit they fit in this thing. Like it's fucking incredible how much stuff you like, how much
Yeah,
you can
and also
explore.
fucking From Software has
But
had plenty of time to kind
right
of make like
to
perfect
perfect
this.
it. But
Yeah.
my argument is not really that. But what I'm saying is that compared to Elden Ring versus to something like, let's say, Demon Souls, the first Demon Souls game, not Dark Souls, Demon Souls. Demon Souls is semi-linear because you have chosen paths, but you can just kind of choose them in a different orders and stuff like that, and you can kind of beat the game fairly faster because you select these chosen paths. I don't think the length of the game means anything, especially with price, because either a developer is going to aim towards making this a huge, expansive game like Elden Ring, or their vision is to make it linear, small, and as compact as possible. So I think that's more on the developers to decide whether like they're going to go the short route, make it last 4 or 5 hours because they're doing it on purpose, versus they want to go big and go like Elden Ring or something in between even. But like I don't think padding the game makes it look like Elden Ring. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
Can I say something that I saw on
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring though? It was a reviewer that pointed this out, that the game in of itself, like, it is semi-linear, but it kind of brick walls you in certain parts where you need to go into the open world to kind of like further expand. So it's
You
like
mean like the grind
almost
and
like,
stuff?
yeah, almost like Skyrim-esque.
Uh huh.
Like, you know, because Skyrim is a really short fucking game, to be quite honest. And the only thing that makes it fucking massive is the fact
Everything
that it's such a
else.
big world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that if the side quests are almost like padding in a sense, because you could kind of just, in Skyrim at least, you kind of just like do whatever the fuck and then quickly like run through the game like nothing. So I don't know if Elden Ring is like that. I haven't played it myself, obviously. So I do want to see if, like, how much of this is quote unquote padding,
So
but it is
to
one kind of interesting way to see it.
for
How the
for
open world is just like a bunch of stuff to make the game seem a lot bigger because of said brick walls that they're instilling onto you.
so for
mhm,
Elden Ring, I will admit there is a bit of padding. There are a lot of like caves, a lot of secret caves even. That is a lot of generic like dungeon crawling, and then
mhm,
Mhm.
sometimes at the end you'll fight a boss. Sometimes it's just you get the item, whatever it is.
And you
Um,
can't take your horse.
yep.
Not in the caves, not in the dungeons. Like in these,
That'd be
think
fun.
think of think of these little caves as the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Like you'll run into them every now and then you do a little bit of a dungeoning. Nothing, no puzzle, nothing puzzle like at all. But you do a little bit of dungeon crawling, and then you do your thing. Those are the type of paddings that you can say that they're padding. But
Mhm.
there are other dungeons out there throughout the world that don't involve the main story that still
Mhm.
have really good side quests with actual stories for the character. Danny just walked me through this long ass side quest.
Shit was long. Right? We've been doing that for 3 days.
3 days
What
it
the
took
fuck?
it
You don't
took
even
us to
realize that we've been
do.
doing it for 3 days, but yeah, we have.
Yeah, and it was a lot of dungeon crawling, a lot of talking, going back and forth between different characters, talking with them, getting items, giving them to some other, giving these items to other people, back and forth, boss after boss after boss. And I just finished the quest before this episode aired.
Yeah.
Like before we started, I just finished the quest. So like those are the type of things that is not padding whatsoever. Those are the things that I appreciate. Now with Elder Scrolls, like you compared it to, I will agree. There's also padding. There's a lot of little generic dungeons here and there, but there's also still a lot of side quest stuff that still fills up the game a lot, such as like turning into the vampire and dealing with the vampire and finding a cure, or finding not the Thieves Guild. Was it Dark Guild or whatever it was, or maybe it was a Thieves Guild. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, finding
Yeah,
the
no,
thieves
of
guild and
course.
all those different there's a lot of good story content that doesn't
But
involve the main story in Elder
it's still
Scrolls.
it's still kind of padding in a sense, because technically the main story is short as shit. Because what if you break it down in a sense, it's like you're paying this money and the main story is super super small, excluding all the side quests. Like you can do them. They are all optional. If you get turned into a vampire, you don't have to, find the fucking cure, whatever the case. If you get that little fucking letter that says that, you're being hunted by this fucking assassin and you kill them to then join them and whatever the fuck, you don't have to do that. But it is technically all fucking
So
padding.
so
You know what I mean?
so I think my definition versus yours is different then, because my definition
Basically,
of padding
is
is
just anything optional.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. So I wanted to
Yeah.
understand what your point of view was about it, because for me, padding is more of just lazy, half-assed things that you could put into the game in order to just put it into the game, versus not everything
Like
that's
super
side
mundane
quest.
shit.
Yeah, the most generic lazy
Preparations and
stuff.
whatnot.
That's padding to me. So that's like
Long loading times.
that's like that's like the generic shrines and the generic dungeons and shit like that. Not
Yeah.
the like really good deep story, even
The
if they are
in-depth
side
shit.
quests. Yeah, that's not padding to me.
Okay, so lore isn't padding.
No.
Like world building, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Kevin, we
Gotcha.
didn't hear from you for a bit.
I just like playing the game. I go like get started. Listen. In the nicest way of saying it, I do not focus on anything. So like if I'm doing a side quest, best believe I'm not getting that side quest done for like at least 30 hours. And it's because I get distracted if you wonder how many times I get literally lost in a dungeon and I would beat the dungeon and then just forget what the fuck this dungeon was for and then continue playing the game as such. I'm like the difference between me sober and Guardian is that their level is like it represents how much they grind it. My level represents how much I get lost. Like I'm level 80 and I'm fighting enemies and I'm like, damn, this enemy's easy. I'm still in the beginning area. So like when I start fighting people my level, I'm like, why is he
trust
so
me,
hard?
everybody is kind of still in the beginning of this game. I keep on seeing a lot of articles saying that only 50% of the community have gotten as far as the second boss in this game.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Because there's
interesting.
just so much to do, or it's too hard to get through.
See, no, and that's what I mean by like the whole brick walling thing, where it's like,
It's
okay,
not
you
brick
go
wall.
down the
It's
critical
a
path.
bat to your
So
ankle.
so you go down the critical path, and then suddenly it's just like, no, you can't pass through here. You can't get to this boss because it's too fucking hard. So then you're forced to go into the open world and then kind of just grind for a bit, and then like it clicks that little fucking thing in your brain that just like keeps you out there for such a long ass fucking time because all you want to do is start grinding. But I don't know if with you guys, but once I start fucking the grind, it's like I kind of just go into autopilot and I keep on going and going, and then I end up a little bit too further than I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it makes sense.
In Pokemon, I'm the worst
Well,
at that. Jesus Christ.
that's the thing about one of the things about this game is that you can't actually you can be level like I said, you be level 150 and still not be able to beat the bosses if you don't have the right weapon set and the
Or
right
build, or
gear
proper build.
or proper build.
If
Because
you keep yourself too well rounded, you're not doing yourself any favors.
yeah, because what ends up happening is you're trying to become um what ends up happening is that you can't concentrate your power on one thing. So you can't like I'm a mage, right? So in order for me to be a proper
What level are you, by the way, Danny?
125,
Okay.
right? And the recommended level for the area I'm at right now is 90 or yeah, I think it's 90. And I'm like 30 levels higher and still fucking having so much trouble because I had to make sure all my fucking first off my stones were proper, and then after my stones were done, then I had to make sure my stuff's upgraded. Then after everything was upgraded, I had to make sure I have all the right spells, and after I have all the right spells, then I have to make sure I have a weapon that can go with it. And it's just like there's a lot to it, not just I'm gonna hit and grind to level
I'm gonna
125
smack him and hope for the best.
and then smack them because it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna do any damage. Like we fought a boss, all three of us fought a boss that I was probably 60 levels higher than that area. Easy 60 levels higher than
Was
that
that the
area.
3 guys?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we
So
couldn't beat that.
so
We
Three
couldn't beat
guys,
that
burgers
boss.
and fries.
so yeah.
Yep, burgers and
Those
fries.
bosses that Danny's talking about, like mind you, me and Kevin, we like to play samurai. We like to play with katanas. Like Kevin's more of a magic build, but
Fucking weeb.
I'm more of a damage build. And
So,
you know,
so you're like the
as Danny,
Ronin?
as Danny,
Why you're not level 120.
as Danny, as Danny said, like he's magic user. We ran into these 3 bosses that we were trying to help Danny with, and these 3 bosses are practically made out of rocks. So our katanas don't do shit on them because they're made out of rock. So we had to change up our fighting style and use hammers because they're blunt weapons, and actually also upgrade the weapon so that we were properly, you know, dealing enough damage. And once we got the hang of it, we beat the bosses 3 times in a row because we got some synchronicity going on, so that way we can help each other out fight the same boss.
Yeah, so
So
this
it's all about
game
planning and
really,
details.
this game really does take the concept, and all the Dark Souls kind of have that. Like, obviously, we all see speed run of the being it the half-ass naked and just getting one
Nah,
punch,
it's butt ass naked, bro. You
butt ass,
dragging it.
butt ass
But
naked, walking in, and they're just because they get the one good weapon. That's all they get, and then
All
that's
they
it.
need is like 3 hits, 2 hits.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just the proper dodging at the right time and mixed with the backstabs. And
Mhm.
this is not that easy. Not every fight's just proper dodging with a backstab.
Mhm.
It's you have to separate this guy, you have to separate that guy. Okay, now all 3 guys are separated. Okay, now we can fight this guy. Now we can fight them together. Okay, now I need to tease him. I need to stun him. I need to pose. Okay, now that he's done, now I can beat him. Like it's a lot of like you have to think about what you're trying to do, and there's more strategy involved
A lot
than
more.
the regular
I
than the
actually,
Dark Souls.
I
So
actually, sorry. Oh shit, I'm about to get attacked. Hold on. Because this guy-
But by the way, I should be doing the same thing. But Kevin and Sober are playing Dark Souls right now as we speak. But we're still on
how do you know
podcast
I'm,
too.
wait, playing?
Say
Whoa,
what?
whoa.
How do you know I'm playing?
What do you think?
Nah, I was gonna say, the thing I like about when the strategy we had, it was I did it by chance, and Drunk was doing it by chance, was just like stun locking certain enemies, and it's like we
Yeah.
separated them. So I was like, oh shit, you can just walk around this guy and just backstab him. He's like, all right, Kevin, distract him as much as you can because you're good with him. And then
Yeah,
like we worked on our strengths and our weaknesses, which
but
is
even that's like the proper way you're supposed to go in there and do it by yourself is you're supposed to have unblunt weapon, upgrade it to the max, or upgrade as much as you can to that point,
Mhm.
and then go in there and drop them. And that's the proper way. It's just obviously none of us were gonna do that the proper way.
I know.
Yeah.
What's a proper way?
And
We got-
here's
we
the
got-
here's the fun thing too. Like Randy, like I really hope that you'll be interested in playing the game because for
Honestly,
me,
hearing you guys talk about it, I am interested in getting it
yeah.
just to see like how intricate
Honestly,
this shit
Dude,
is.
I
for
know
myself.
I
you're
think
creative
if you're
with like with gaming, so like I know you can come up with a really cool build.
and with it's not even that. The biggest thing I think I reason he would like it, 'cause he's seems like the type of player that likes to mm, look at every little nook and cranny of the game.
Yep.
Mhm.
One of my cousins is like that. Like they have to find every nook and cranny in order to play when they play these games.
Look,
And
I'll tell you this.
and it's so fucking much. Like you can be stuck in the starting area for days. Not even exaggeration, days, and just having fun. And still having that equal fun because you're like, this. It's a well done game. It really is a well done game.
Mhm.
If I see a hole, I'm gonna go in it.
That's what I'm
Bro.
saying. And there's tons of like dungeons, tons of dungeons. And a lot of them are dungeons you don't even need for your build. It's just the collector in me. Like I'm not even that big of a collector, but in this, actually, I'm really not a collector. I've only ever been a collector for the stuff that I know it's gonna make me stronger. So if I'm in a lot of these other games, like RPs, whatever it is, if I'm a mage, I'm collecting every little mage thing, and that's it. If it's strength, I don't go fuck. I leave it away, bro. But in
Mhm.
this game, for some reason, I love getting new weapons and that should look cool.
Ran-
Oh man, this looks good.
Randy, I'm having fun with my guy, and like I had to respec my guy so I could focus on it even more. Like just before the show started as well. Every Dark Souls game I ever played, I always pretty much played the same way. I always play strength build because I always like being up front, like with my weapons and shit, and I still do that now. But I always had one sword, one
Yeah.
shield. Always had sword and shield, and I always hold the block button, and then I'll
Yep.
start swipe, block, swipe, block. Maybe I'll roll around every now and then, whatever. This one here, since I like the bleed option so much, my katana, So when I first started the game, I had my shield and my katana sword, and my katana sword automatically has a bleed skill. So if I hit the enemy enough times, they end up bleeding, and it takes off like a big chunk of
A
health
dot,
for them.
yeah.
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 So I wanted to do more of that because I noticed it happens fairly often as long as I hit them enough times. So what did I do? I changed up my game now. Now I wield 2 katana swords, no shield anymore. And I do a hell of a lot more damage ever since I started doing that. And I started focusing on upping the damage on the bleed skill. So now, ever since, like, no exaggeration, except for exception of one, he got lucky. Every person that's invaded me ever since I went dual katana has lost. I have beaten every
Nice.
single invader except for one because he was like he literally had like 1% health and he got lucky with his last hit. But
Sure he did.
I
It was
had
luck.
I had never lost an invasion. I was like, fuck, this really does make a difference. So
It was saved by the
I
skin of his
focused on my
sword.
stamina. I focused on my arcane. Danny recommended that to me because the arcane is connected a bit with the blood loss.
The status effects.
I upped my health a lot more. So it's just like, yeah, you really got to focus on those stats and your
Yeah.
builds.
So the immediate thing that interested me, honestly, was a whole hammer thing that I heard, and I was like, "That's nice. Okay, I like that."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get double hammers.
Yep.
There's a
You could
fun
dual
nice.
wield. You could dual wield hammers.
There's a
It's fucking
stun aspect to this.
Yeah.
A what?
Yes.
Stun aspect.
Yes. The more. Yes.
Oh,
Stun.
stun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They have
Okay.
They have a poise.
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 Say no more. Fucking, I'm signed up.
Yeah, they have a
You give me
poise,
a hammer, you give me stun. That's it.
and the boss.
Fucking
Yeah,
when I
all
started
the
playing,
bosses.
go ahead.
They said that the PCs and the NPCs all go by the same sets of rules, which is what they tried to do. So like the bosses
Okay.
you fight, and even the players and the effects and how you get affected all works the same. So if you get rot, you have a bar, and it takes a certain percent. Same thing will happen for a boss. So obviously some bosses are immune to certain effects, but it still works exactly the same, which is
Yeah.
kind of a cool like even things out. So you can stun
Mhm.
people because you're able to get stunned.
Weird enough, I can blood loss a skeleton.
Some of them, but it's not
patch
100%.
next patch, please.
Yeah,
But can we?
and I won't be surprised if stupid stuff like that gets patched. Like they're already
Yeah.
patching like the giant. There's a giant fix that a giant,
Yeah.
the giant like automatically kills himself. And I tried to do it today because I got to that fucking fire giant, and of course he's been patched. So that sucks.
Oh wait, is that the fire giant where you could just have him fall?
Yeah, he don't fucking fall
Nope.
anymore. I mean,
There's
he
a
falls, but he dies.
there's a huge
So
giant
pissed.
that dies from fall damage, and so they patched that apparently.
Yeah.
Oh
Fuck, I
man,
did
that
it like
sucks.
3 times. I'm like, it's on the fall.
Can I just mention something? Can we talk about the summons and how busted some of them are?
Yeah,
There's summons.
so there's
yeah.
summons
so
in
if
the
you,
game. Go ahead, Kevin.
yeah. So you have yeah, it's like Tinkerbell.
Can I summon Simba?
Yeah, you can summon whoever you want. You can say courage.
Stitch?
Yeah, no. So they have
This ain't Kingdom Hearts.
So they have summons
say
that
what?
you could Kingdom Hearts. What's that game, huh? They have summons that you can use as allies. So if you can't play with like somebody, you can just summon an ally and do a whole dungeon with them. But the thing is, it's in specific areas. Specific areas are like massive. Like they're like
Oh wait,
usually during a boss fight, you can summon.
You can
one.
summon them.
If you're by yourself.
If you're by yourself.
Can you use it at any point, or is it like the soapstones? Because I remember that you could for certain bosses in Dark Souls 3, like the katana guy, the one with just like the hand wraps and the fucking uchi katana, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You could summon him to fight the boreal
those are
boar-like
literal
guy.
those are literal spots that you can summon those guys, but the ones that Kevin are talking about, you can summon them at any time and any point during the boss fight. And you could only summon it once.
How do you do it?
You just get
you just equipped it in your
it's an
equipment,
item.
your item slots.
Okay.
And
some of them take more mana than others, and there's one mimic that takes up that uses your health.
Dude, yeah, Randy. So imagine
I summon
this.
Bambi.
Imagine this. I'm doing a lot of blood loss damage because I have dual wield katanas. Imagine two of me doing that. Because you can
summon yourself.
You can summon a mimic, and the mimic will mimic your current equipment that you have on when it's summoned.
And he can even heal.
He can even heal.
He even heals himself. Yeah.
Yeah. But I,
That's
I,
fucked up.
although that's pretty much like the OP spell that a lot of people use, I also like the wolves because you summon 3 wolves and they're very aggressive, so they like
Oh my god.
they stagger
Well,
the enemy a lot.
yo, and you know what's the funny thing? The wolves are smart enough, the AI is smart enough that it's like they attack the enemy towards you, but keep them in a triangle. So like you're
Mhm.
the triangle is them 3, and then you're there, so they can't move. And like
Yeah.
I fought a boss and I used the wolves and I abused it because
Yeah.
like the enemy literally jumps away, and I'm like I can't keep chasing this person. So the wolves would just hit him and then hit him and hit him, and then he
So
killed him.
he's hurted basically.
No, yeah. He couldn't escape. And I had blood loss, so every like 10 hits, he's already bleeding, and that's like 15%,
I'm surprised you're not
30%.
doing poison.
Oh, I can't. I can, but I don't. I like magic because I like the aspect. And
The
that's
magic,
something that made me
have you seen the
magic.
magic spells, Grandy?
Bro.
No,
Yo,
Face
to be
spells.
110%
Honestly,
honest, I haven't
I
seen shit about the
Oh
game. No
I feel
footage,
man,
like
Danny,
no
face
nothing.
tell him some of the
hey,
spells
I've
you
hey,
I've
got.
been under a
explain
rock
it.
with this, and for a
Explain it.
good fucking reason, to be quite honest.
Explain this magic.
I think personally they concentrated more on the face spells than they did on the regular magic incantations that we know.
Uh-huh.
Granted, there are a lot of spells. I mean, I have on me, right? Like I collected. This is
Mhm.
1, 2, 3,
5, 6, 7,
Oh
8,
gee,
We're getting a
9,
live
I
count.
30,
wonder if he's
40,
10.
playing.
50, 60,
How do
70.
you know?
Oh, man. I got
I got 79 spells I have, and this is all
79.
this is regular magic.
Wait,
This is,
what?
79 spells,
What the
different
fuck?
spells,
79
And there's still
different
more.
spells.
and there's
And there's
more, bro.
tons because I don't have half the fucking face spell. I'm just doing magic. But the face spells, the lightning, the volcano, the pump you up, the
Bro,
dragon
the
spell,
dragon one
dragon
is
spell.
fucking
Dude, you can
sick, bro.
summon a dragon's head to like just throw fire everywhere.
Oh, and
Or
it's
you
all
can
type
summon like a black hole to suck everything in.
Yeah.
I like that. I like suck.
I like this.
I
and
bet
Can
you
there's
I
do.
all
can I
types
please
of
just
different. They just did a really well-rounded job on all the magic, and then it's not even just like okay, the magic's OP, and that's how most of these games. That's a lot of the Dark Souls games were. Magic's always been overpowered.
Oh yeah, of course,
And
of
they
course.
offset it with these things called ashes, and they're basically skills you can put on your weapons, on your basic weapons to make your basic weapon super OP. So Danny has these katanas, the Uchi katana you just talked about, that it doesn't really, or it comes with something, but it's kind of cheesy. So you can override it with a really powerful ash or skill, and now your whole gameplay on how you were just playing completely changed.
You wanna know what's crazy about
Oh,
it? You can add
that's
an
actually really fucking cool. Like fucking
Yeah,
ability rerolls, because
yeah.
yeah.
No.
sometimes
It's
it's
not. It's not
like
a
It's not a
reroll.
reroll.
It's not a
no,
reroll. It's a
not like a
Bind
reroll,
it.
but like a rewrite. Fucking
yeah.
Yeah,
point is that it's like sometimes in a lot of RPGs you'll get a weapon that it's like base stats are really good, but then the little extra
exactly,
thing that it comes with
exactly.
just go against everything that you fucking need yourself.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
And then
I
you have to
haven't even
grind to get the perfect one that you need, and that's just a pain in the ass
Dude, the
sometimes.
Kamehameha. Just
The Kamehameha is fucking busted. I don't care
it's
what
There's
so
game says.
broken.
Do they have Final
So
Flash too?
mind you, so
No,
so
Galagun?
they have a
Solar
beam
Flare.
they have a beam thing.
nah, they have Nisekoha.
Kianzan.
Yeah. So they have a beam thing that Danny could shoot out, right? And it lasts maybe like 1-2 seconds or something. But Danny has a setup where he does a buff and then he drinks a potion that also does another buff, and then he also has equipment that
okay.
has
So
another buff and stuff
I
like
have it
that.
set up this way.
And it is
I have it
I,
set up
I
where
don't usually get into specifics on it. I'm just trying to like quickly just like literally he just set up his thing real quick to set up so he could extend the length of the beam. So like it lasts like 10 fucking
So he uses.
seconds.
Oh, he takes a blue pill. He uses
Yes.
extends, right?
it
Yeah,
doesn't extend.
pretty
It's just
much.
the time.
Like the
So
time, the
Viagra.
time of it, like
yeah,
the timing of
exactly.
it. So
Exactly.
Like a blue pill.
Start thinking about dead bodies.
instead of the beam taking the spell only takes 2 seconds to complete, he'll shoot the beam for like 10-15
So he.
seconds, and
Wow, that
that
pill's working for
health
you, huh?
bar,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
health bar is going
Melt.
down and
It
it melts.
bro. It's
So
fucking
me and
crazy.
Kevin
Yeah.
sometimes we'll just sit back and be just like, all right, we just watch.
Bro, we watch.
So
We
you
watch.
sit back and watch him do it all.
Yeah.
So you guys
We
like to watch while he does, you know.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: it's like not every as you get like they're in the mid game. They're in like right in the mid game. All the bosses you get up to the mid game, I can do that too. No problem. It's easy, right? Then after that mid game, all the bosses, as soon as you start to cast the spell, they have a nice quick step jump. like they know you're about to catch a
Yeah.
spell. They
The
jump
AI
away.
is smarter.
The AI is
That's
way
good.
smarter, so you can't catch him with that fucking beam anymore. You have to literally like really be strategic. Do your summon, make sure they're being distracted. Once they're properly distracted, you look for that opening, then you fucking blast the beam. Like you really have to look and look and time stuff, which makes it fun because it makes the game continue to grow and like you have a lot of fun with it. Like we did that boss and I couldn't fucking the scorpion thing. Granted, we killed it quick because we were both higher level than that quest, but still, you know, I did that fight by myself and I could. It took me forever to fucking do that fight by myself
Mhm.
because I had I had to figure out the patterns of how you shoot it first. I couldn't even get fucking near the thing to shoot it because it's so far away. I don't know my spells.
There was
Hit 'em.
there's a boss that Danny walked me through. Rodan, the King
Rodan.
Rodan,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah, that
So
was
he's
cool.
The
he's
gorilla
a
thing?
big ass he's a big ass beast with like 2 sickle club sword shits, like huge.
Yeah.
And he deals a lot of damage. Obviously, he swings around crazy and stuff. And you actually have to summon a bunch of other little guys to go and help because it's almost like a battle between like an army versus one guy.
Yeah,
You,
it's a
you
Wait a
war.
summon
minute.
them, you
They
summon them
call it a
all.
festival
Okay,
of
right.
fight or something.
Yeah, so you summon them all. We go and fight them and stuff like that. I'm sure I could have done it by myself, and it probably would have taken me days to do it. But me and Danny, like Danny, joined me in this game. He literally stayed back while I, aggroed him, and the other little guys aggroed him. He did the beam twice, and that's only because he didn't stand still.
Yeah, the
So
first time.
so he did the beam once. It took down most of his health. And then he does like this literal comet thing where he jumps up in the sky and you can see him like a
Looks
fucking
so-
like a fucking planet coming towards you and destroy everything.
Yeah.
And just bombs everything. And then Danny caught him with the second one and then killed him afterwards. And I was just like,
graphics.
What in the
graphics
fucking
on
anime
that
is
fucking
this?
yeah,
graphics
exactly.
on that, it really is. And then the fact that this giant guy is riding it's fucking hilarious. Like it's a little giant and it's
Oh!
riding
A
riding
little
a
horse.
a regular horse. It looks so. At first, when I first saw him, I'm like, "Why he looks? He's floating." The animation on him was really bad. Why he look? I'm like, "Wait, he's not floating. He's riding the fucking horse." Oh my god! So it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's
You'll
adorable.
enjoy this game. You got to play this game.
Yeah, no,
It's a
you
game.
you guys sold me on it, to be quite honest.
It really is a game you can take your time.
Dayon, let's convince Randy. Fucking, did
This
it.
is I got to change the episode name.
Can we make Randy buy Elden Ring?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
If you punch him hard enough.
Watch till the end.
So do we have any final thoughts to talk about with Elden Ring before we start wrapping up? Because after we're done with the episode, I do want to jump back on Elden Ring. We're probably going to stream it. And Danny, you're still going to stick around to play, right?
Yeah. a little bit.
So me, Danny, and Boneless will be on and helping each other out and stuff with the stream. So any final thoughts on the games? On the game?
Buy it if you haven't, or if not, it's not your cup of tea, watch the game. It gets you into it.
This is where
the-
you plug the stream in.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not streaming this shit. Nobody's watching me play this.
No, I mean, fucking. This is where you plug in his.
He's
stream.
got an image to uphold. He's all about fighting.
Yeah. Nah. And you can watch it on Drunken Guardian, or sorry, Gamer Guardian, right here on twitch.tv.
Yeah, that's right.
Gamer
Get
Guardian.
it
Watch
right.
that shit.
Get it right.
Watch that shit. And you can watch me, Sober, and Drunk Guardian do absolutely. Well, you can watch me do absolutely nothing because I'm weak as fuck. But you can watch them do cool things, and I'm just here with the katana. Yeah.
So Danny's
My
like,
young-
you said 125, 120 what?
Yeah.
125. I'm 110, and
I'm straight up 80.
You're 80.
I'm 80.
So I'm gonna grind a little bit more while we start setting things up, so I can get at least to like maybe 115, 120.
I wasn't even grinding. Honestly, you just play the rest of the game and you gain levels from bosses and stuff.
Oh, of course.
You get so much XP from bosses.
Yeah, the
if you
last two bosses we fought together, they gave me almost 100k or pretty much 100k. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's every boss I bought a boss now and it gave me 200k. Like it's just I'm not even grinding anymore. Just playing, beating the boss, get a few levels every boss you beat. There's so many fucking bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. I realized that I'm lost and I keep dropping my money. I just dropped 20k. I'm fucking upset. But yeah, it's an amazing game, and the reason I started doing magic like a magic samurai is because I didn't even know that was a build, And the reason I started doing magic was because watching Sober do the fuck you Kamehameha. It
Fuck
was
you.
that's what I said. I was like, yeah,
Do
you're gonna do
we do we have a goal to do? We're gonna crush the streams.
Yeah,
We're gonna do the three.
Oh,
We're gonna
it'll
do that
be
shit.
like the family Kamehameha with Goten,
Yeah.
Gohan, and
Hell
Goku
yeah.
against
Yeah,
Well,
Broly.
I was thinking more Ghostbusters, but yeah, you're like 12, so you could remember that more.
No,
Yeah.
first
Bro.
off, no. I saw Ghostbusters, but we're
I
talking
was
about
thinking
Kamehameha.
that's exactly what
Relax.
I thought.
I was thinking
when I saw that
Ghostbusters.
thing. I was thinking Ghostbusters. I was gonna write that in there. Oh, look, they crossed the streams.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, check out that video. Actually, there's three characters. There's 3 co-op characters. Keep in mind you can only co-op up to 3 people because they have to allow a 4th one in order for people to invade the world if people are going to invade. So, but anyways, there's a video out there where 3 of the guys they shoot 3 Kamehameha type beam things at one boss, and you
And
obviously
shreds
you can
him.
guess what happens.
Nah, the
So
boss wins.
Gone wrong.
the boss wins.
The boss wins. One shot
So-
easy.
So yeah, that's it. So we're gonna go back into some gaming. Join us with that if you guys are interested. And
Hell yeah.
don't forget to check out gamerguardians.net if you guys want to check out more episodes of the podcast as well as game reviews that I do for the Coalition. That's the Coalition with a K. Check that out all on the website. All the links are there. And just join us live, chat and join with us live. We're open to people chatting with us and giving us suggestions and coming up with debates and stuff like that. We all like to argue here, so we have no.
You would
we
sober
definitely
like to argue.
we definitely have no problem. Oh no, I like to argue with Sober, but period. But I'll argue with
Mom
any
and Dad
one of
like
you
to fight.
guys. But yeah, just healthy debates are always fun. And Kevin also does some streaming himself. He's our fighting guru, so he plays a lot of fighting games. Kevin, what kind of streaming?
Hi, Boneless Bones back here again, streaming nothing because I've been stuck playing Elden Ring for like the last week, and this
Yeah.
game has consumed most of my life. I do stream on twitch.tv/boneless bones. Definitely check it out whenever I decide to stream. I'm probably either going to stream the end of the game or something along it because I'm enjoying the game too much, and I just want to play it. Like I haven't played a Souls game since Sekiro, and no, actually since Neo 2, and it didn't give me that feel. But check me out there. Definitely still stream, and YouTube Boneless Bones _TV at youtube.com. Let's see you guys over there. Stay powerful, stay beautiful.
So I should mention this before we go off. Elden Ring has got me so hooked, and I already got my shot ready for this. It's got me so hooked that I have yet to want to play the raid that has been released for Destiny.
Nice.
Like the new raid has been out, and I know
Uh-huh.
I know of it, and I don't even care because I've been hooked on Elden Ring so much right now. So I'm like, so yeah, there's my shot for the day.
He's like, what the Elden Ring doing? What's it doing over
What's
there?
Destiny? I don't know.
What's the Destiny?
Oh man. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Say bye, everybody.
Later, guys. Bye bye.